Sean and Marlon Wayans just ethered and destroyed Aries Spears during a podcast they recently did. And quite frankly, Aries Spears deserved every second of this.
Y'all now, because you've been around, you two have been around, your family has been around through eras where it wasn't, well, y'all were famous without the clickbait, right?
Yeah.
So now that you do get your name added to a bunch of things that where you could just be sitting at home minding your business and they like, we spoke to Sean.
I wouldn't even know that was on because I'm so not even on social media.
I would have to tell him.
Yeah. Someone on social media had
You know what they said about
you know what they said about you that didn't happen? You know what happened that didn't really happen?
Right.
I'm going to tell you, I got to bring you in on this, man. This is crazy.
Because you had one too.
I did I?
Yeah, they called you arrogant. It was a comedian, Aries Spears, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And a bitch.
He said you can't look you in the eye.
Why do you want to look another man in his eye?
I'll show you guys what Sean Wayans is referring to shortly, but this is one of those situations where Aries Spears brings the beef and the trouble upon himself. He literally brought this upon himself for no reason whatsoever. Now, this is not like a situation where Vlad TV is asking him a question and he's, kind of forced to answer the question because he's getting paid. No, he is talking about something completely random and he brought up Sean Wayans' name into the conversation simply to hate. That's it. There was no reason to bring up Sean Wayans whatsoever. He brought him up just to hate.
The reputation that exists about Aries, the big Loch Ness monster, is he's difficult. A lot of people don't like him. He's this, he's a diva. I'm honest.
Yeah.
I am brutally honest. To the point where, you know what? And I've said this, my mouth can be my biggest attribute, but it also can be my biggest detriment. Are there times when I probably should shut the up? Yes. But I'm honest. And even when you're honest in what might be deemed a good way, people don't like honesty. Especially when it doesn't work in their favor. They don't like honesty. So they hit you with the labels, hater, this, that. And it's like, for all the shit that people say about me that don't know me half the time, when I go to a comedy club, my ritual is to have my headphones in, not because I'm trying to be a dick or arrogant or aloof because I think I'm the hottest guy in the room. It's game time. I'm like the Bulls. What time is it? Game time. Ooh. I'm getting my focus on. I'm scouring the room. I'm picking out who the potential motherfucker might be I gotta with. Because this person's over here is too drunk. Or this fat got on this wrong outfit. It's what I do. I don't like being in the green room because I feel like a hamster in a cage. I want to be out. I want to be accessible. I want people to see me, see them. That brings the guard down a little bit.
He could have stopped it here. He had no reasons bringing up Sean Wayans because the conversation was how Aries Spears is difficult to work with. I've heard that from a lot of other people. We've seen it with the Vlad situation. He's difficult. He's hard to work with. He's a diva. But how are you going to talk about how people think you're hard to work with and how you a diva, and then you bring up another man that got nothing to do with the situation and say, no, I'm not a diva. He's the diva. And you do it unprovokingly.
Unless you're an or you disrespect me, yo, I'm super nice, I'm courteous, I'm very low maintenance, I don't want anything. But then I go and I hear these stories. Yo, Sean Wayans, you can't look at him. He wears shades in the club. You can't talk to him directly. If you make eye contact, you get in trouble. And I go, nigga, your talent doesn't match your arrogance. Like, for you to be that arrogant, you gotta be super talented. And even then, there's never a reason to be that. You should always be as humble as you can be, as gracious as you could be, and as nice as you could be to anybody and everybody, whether it's the manager of the club, whether it's a Fortune 500 CEO show, or whether it's the janitor in the bathroom. There's never a reason to be a dick. So, but if you're going to be a dick, you gotta be Dave Chappelle, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
You gotta be the upper echelon of bad. And I'm not even saying it's right then. But you can't be Sean Wayans, nigga's level of talent and be that arrogant, nigga. Let me reverse that, because I'm actually saying that wrong. It matters. Your arrogance doesn't match your talent.
I'm not going to sit here and assess who's more talented. That will be below the belt. I think their careers speak for itself. One person is worth an upwards of $200 million. One person is haggling his employer for a $600 raise, okay? And let's just say the career and the success to me shows and proves who is more talented. The ironic part about that, the very same accusations that Aries Spears weaponized DJ Vlad's platform to say about other comedians and other people, those same accusations got weaponized against Aries Spears. Because when Aries Spears left, Vlad TV did an interview where Vlad TV said that Aries Spears were rude to his employees. Aries Spears was hard to work with. Aries Spears was a diva. Aries Spears had an ego. Aries Spears would disrespect the employees in the building. So the same accusations you try to stick on Shawn Wayans fell right in your lap, man. Now, Marlon Wayans has a problem with Aries Spears. So once Shawn Wayans get to speak about Aries Spears, Marlon stepped in.
What's your problem? See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Is sometimes you bring out the animal inside of people. We keep our mouth shut. We don't talk about nobody. I didn't go back at him because I didn't care. But now that you bring it up, he's for that because he was begging to get inside of one of our movies or on our TV show. I hooked him up. I put him on a cartoon that we did called The Boo Crew. And I realized how crazy he was. He was a crazy man. So and what he's saying is, keep my name out your mouth. You want real black guys? Keep with him. Yeah. Is that we seen him get slapped up already online. Man. So and here's the thing. What happened.
Like I said, he always got something smart to say, and I have no disrespect for any black man in this business or anything. Just keep our name out your mouth.
Keep our name out your mouth.
He on a I had a beef with what's his name, DJ Vlad. And, you know, it's one thing, between me and Vlad.
Yeah. Right.
But then Vlad asked him a question about the situation. And, you know, Aries always got something smart to say.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but in terms of Marlon Wayans' beef with Aries, Marlon Wayans to me is a tad bit being unfair to Aries, and here's why. Aries is doing an interview with Vlad. Vlad brings up Marlon Wayans. Aries tries to keep it respectful. I think Aries at some point says, man, I don't know if I should speak on this. And Aries didn't really say too much. He gave a general opinion that I believe was still respectful. But the thing is, when you're doing these interviews, I feel like with Aries, he kind of felt like, man, I'm Team Vlad, F Marlon Wayans, right? I'm a sticker for Vlad. Well, when you're sticking up for Vlad and you're sticking up for your employers or the people who own these huge platforms, you have to realize those huge platforms are not yours. And at some point, right, you're not going to be on those platforms, right? But you still got to swim out here with all the relationships you burned from when you were on the platform.
Speaking of the Wayans, and I'm actually going to break this little story here for the first time. We reached out to Marlon Wayans about doing an interview. And he had to speak to his person who, coordinates this stuff. Do you know how much they asked for a Marlon Wayans interview?
I can't wait to hear it.
$40,000 plus 30% of all future revenue.
This is the part where I'm going to show a lot of growth because once upon a time ago, I would have just like a chainsaw went and let my mouth run. And it probably puts me in positions that I shouldn't or don't want to be in. So I'm going to take this moment to grow as a human being and back out of this.
Aries Spears ultimately didn't back out. He still gave his opinion. But I believe, again, man, I'm not the one to defend Aries Spears, but I think Aries Spears was as respectful he could have been during this interview. He did give his like opinion, but in like a slick way. Now, again, he could have very easily said, hey, man, bro, Marlon Wayans ain't worth a goddamn thing. Who do he think he is? And went in. Well, he did keep it respectful. So the fact that Marlon Wayans still got beef with Aries Spears, because of this, I don't know. I'm kind of on Aries Spears' side with this one.
Well, I'm not going to back out of it. So basically, and me and him would DM sometimes. I remember I told him his last stand-up was great and everything else like that. And I basically hit him. I was like, my man, I'd rather you say that you just don't me, rather than give me this number like this. Because there's nobody on earth that will pay you $40,000 for an interview, much less 30% on top of that. And he's like, y'all just work it out and everything. And at one point, we even got on the phone, because I was basically like, this is a number.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Had you done it, Do you honestly, in your gut and in your head, think that the juice would have been worth the squeeze? And before you answer that, let me say this. Before you answer, if you like, you had somebody AI your voice,
Yeah.
it was a cartoon of Trump,
Yes.
and it was somebody imitating Trump.
Right.
If they said to you $40,000 to actually get Trump right after the shooting, so much so that when you interview him, he's got the patch on.
Yeah.
That juice is worth the squeeze, is it not?
Yes.
Okay. So if you did pay Marlon $40,000, in your mind,
Plus 30%.
in your mind, in your gut, is that juice worth the squeeze?
Absolutely
now,
not.
Now we could be wrong.
Absolutely
He could give
not.
you the interview of the millennium.
Listen,
but,
I had
I'm
a-
just saying. Do you really go, yo? This right here,
Yo,
this is
listen.
some Barbara Walters.
I had to break it down to him.
I thought Aries was being respectful. Marlon Wayans didn't. So he would bring up the fact that Aries Spears is saying that he's not worth the squeeze. However, right, a few months later, things done turned on him now. Now Vlad is telling Aries Spears he's not worth the squeeze of paying him more than $4,000. Now, I don't think Aries Spears lied or was wrong when it comes to Marlon Wayans. $40,000, you have to get, again, for $40,000 to make sense, you got to get about 4 million views. I don't think that's happening. But in this situation, he's saying he wants 30% of the revenue the interview makes. So you'll have to make whatever is 70%, right, of the total number. That would have to be at least $40,000 or more because you don't want to go in the hole. I don't think that Marlon Wayans' interview is doing about 7 to 8 million views. I just don't, right? But Marlon Wayans thought that Aries Spears was hating when he said it because he should have told Vlad, hey, man, I'm staying out of this. I'm not about to tell you what a black man is worth, according to Marlon Wayans.
And I respect the fact that he was trying to bite his tongue, but he was like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Don't talk about my money or my value or what I feel about what my value is. You don't get to do that. And as a black man, you should never, ever do that because one day you're going to be in my position. Lo and behold, 8 months later, him and DJ Vlad beefing about him wanting more money from Vlad.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
And I was going to say, is the juice worth the squeeze? But I shut my mouth out of respect. And as men, you know, hey, man, Aries, you got our number, holla. Because we don't do this.
And I think it's crazy because y'all have put so many black men, black women in position. So for him to come, I'm sure there's so many other people he could have talked about.
It didn't make any sense. Like I said, I thought we were cool. I never had any beef with the dude. It just came out of nowhere.
All I'm saying is we ain't too old to jump people.
And it's a lot of y'all.
Why would someone start with y'all?
It's a lot of y'all.
It was a sucker move. It was like, yo, what the hell? What is? You got a little podcast?
Sean, and I was like, Sean likes to wear his shades. Why you care about looking in this man's eyes?
He wanna look you in your eyes.
Is that the reason why you're so removed from social media? Like because of this kind of activity that happens?
Part of it, and just the other thing is, it doesn't excite me. I like real life, man. I like my family. I like my kids. I like my girl. I like to chill, man. I'm not trying to get in beefs with people and over dumb, silly stuff.
Well, you gonna have beef now.
Yeah, I don't think Aries Spears is gonna respond back in a beef manner to this. I think Aries Spears understands that when it comes to like the Wayne brothers, like you're not really winning this beef, bro. Like people is choosing the Wayne brothers over Aries Spears any day, and especially if you provoke them first. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? Do y'all feel like Aries Spears did wrong? Did he get destroyed? Let me know in the comment section, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here, or here, or here, somewhere on my screen to find out how exactly this No Jumper host murder investigation just got 1,000% worse. I'm going to see you guys in this video here somewhere on my screen. Send me a hype if you want to support. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.